Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and guess what time it is? Scream, the MTV TV series, just got done showing their latest episode, Season 2, Episode 9, entitled The Orphanage. Now, look, I promise you, because I know that there are some people who enjoy this show, like this show, even love this show, and that's fine, that's great. I just hate this show, and I continue to watch it and review it. For one, out of almost mild curiosity. I feel like I've seen so many episodes by this point that I almost want to see how bad it gets. But two, people like to see me review and rant on this show. So, again, these are just my opinions. It's cool if you disagree, but you don't have to be a dick about it. Now, let's jump right into this episode, because I tried to go into an open mind. I did. I tried to say, look, maybe this episode won't be too bad. And I'll say, like, the first 10, 15 minutes weren't really that bad. At the beginning, it opens up with Emma having a dream. And her dream is basically her three closest friends. You have Audrey, Noah, and Kieran. And they're all sort of hovering over her, trying to help her. And she's sick of it. And she grabs a knife and just stabs all three of them to death. And I was like, holy fuck. I mean, obviously, we knew it was a dream. It was obvious it was a dream. But I like this for Emma. Look, this presented her as being batshit crazy. And this presented her as a possible suspect to being the killer, or at least in her mind she's mentally capable, where she deep down wants to kill some of her closest people in her life. But I don't know, this was the one moment where I said to myself, you know what, this actress who plays Emma almost pulls crazy off just in that one moment. She wakes up, the fact that when she woke up, her mom woke her up and she was in the kitchen holding a knife like it was a weird sleepwalking thing. I cannot believe that Emma, after this dream, or she said she's had several dreams like this, she went and told Kieran. And Kieran doesn't really have much of a reaction. It's like, hey dude, your girlfriend just told you that she's having dreams about killing people. One of those people including you. And he's just like, oh, it's okay, Emma, it's cool. No biggie. I'm like, what? But okay, fine. We don't know if she's going crazy. Weirdo number 2. We see him in bed with Brooke. I don't know if they had sex. I don't really care if they had sex. But what's really weird about this is that he's watching her sleep. His eyes are open in bed watching her sleep. She even wakes up and sees him doing this and says, "You're weird." And he's like, oh yeah, but you like it, or some stupid line like that. And she actually does kind of like his weirdness. And they start making out, and they start about to hook up, and I'm just like, what the fuck is Brooke doing? Brooke is such a dumb fucking character at this point. I'm so done with her, especially the fact that she's acknowledging how fucking weird and just creepy this guy is. But yet she's going to hook up with him. I mean, I know she's emotionally damaged because of what happened to Jake and what happened before, what's going on with her father, so maybe she's not making the best judgment. And yes, she's a high school girl. She's young. She's going to make dumb decisions. All of that is true, but if you want me to like her character, if you want me to say, hey, here's a smart, brave girl that I actually want to see survive this, well, this isn't cutting it. This is not cutting it. He takes her lipstick, smells it, and then steals her lipstick. Why? Why? Emma goes to school, and she's still pissed at Audrey because somebody sent her the file of Audrey basically spilling the beans on her secret, but Piper. So Emma's pissed at her, and she shoves her against the locker. Again, I like this scene for Emma. I like seeing a harder Emma, a more of a bitch type Emma, a grittier Emma. And Audrey's all messed up about it. She's complaining to Noah, and she blames Noah for what happened. But she's like, well, if it wasn't you, then it can only be somebody who was in the room with you or in your room, has capability to go in your room. I'm sure it wasn't me or your mom. So who else was there? Zoe! Ding, 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 ding! And of course, Noah is like, I'm going to prove to you that Zoe didn't do it. How the fuck are you going to prove? Like, I get it. You have a hard-on for this girl, Zoe, but can you really prove this? Can you really, like, know you're going to prove it? They're in his room, and they're going through his computer, looking through the files. Zoe shows up, and Audrey gets in her face, and Noah is so quick to defend Zoe. He's so quick to be like, well, if she says she didn't do it, then she didn't do it. And I'm like, you pussy whip motherfucker. This is your best friend, Audrey. At least entertain the fact that somebody is screwing her over. At least entertain the idea that maybe this random girl that you've only known for how many weeks, if that, might be fucking some shit up. Hell, he even sees that the email was sent to her email. He even sees that wherever the file came from, it came from her name. All of this evidence, and he's still like, well, if she said she didn't do it, she didn't do it. I'm like, holy fuck. Never let Noah be an attorney or a judge. This is awful. Audrey kind of just storms off. I don't blame her. This is bullshit. And what do you know? Noah and Zoe have sex. Have sex for the very first time. Good for them. The goofy thing about this, though, and a lot of TV shows do this, especially TV shows that are on network or cable that can't show nudity. You have these two characters having sex with the clothes still on, or you know, like Zoe still wearing her bra and like Noah's still wearing his boxers, but they're supposed to be having sex. I'm like, okay, sure, fine. I'm not saying that it's not possible to have sex with some type of clothes on, but usually that happens when you're either outside or in a car. Yes, that's happened once or twice. Or if you're over somebody else's house and you're just trying to be quick about it. But over your own house, in your own room, and you're still keeping clothes on, that's kind of weird. But that's just me. I'm just saying. Let's talk about the sheriff who tells Emma's mom, Emma's bad actress of a mother, tells her about his son and the secret of why they moved from where they moved, mostly because he had a best friend who they was horsing around with a gun, and the friend accidentally got shot in the face. Oops. It was an accident, though. I don't know how you were able to pull that off. I guess it's because you're a cop and a sheriff. You were able to get your son off of that, because otherwise he should be thrown in jail. Emma and Karen go to visit the teacher in the hospital to get some answers about this tape that was put in Emma's locker. Mind you, on her mirror thing, it was written in lipstick. The same lipstick that was stolen from Brooke's thing. I mean, there's so many reasons, there's so many excuses, there's so much evidence pointed towards weirdo number 2 for being the killer. There's so many things of like, hey, they might as well just have a big neon sign that says weirdo number 2 is the killer and have an arrow pointed at him, because it's so fucking obvious. It's so obvious to the point to where it's almost like, maybe it's not him. Maybe it's so, the evidence is so glaring and so just like, here it is, that there might be a swerve. However, this is one of those times where the swerve just wouldn't make any fucking sense. They've presented so much evidence that he's the killer that if it's not him, you logically can't make sense of that. But in any event, they go to the hospital to talk to her, and as soon as this teacher lays eyes on Emma, she freaks the fuck out, and she can't scream, but she wants to scream, and that's kind of hilarious. So they steal her keys, go to her house to see what's going on, and they find out that the teacher was friends with Piper since they were kids, and so I guess because Emma killed Piper, that's why the teacher's obsessed with her. What? Okay, if you say so. Now, a party gets announced, gets thrown, and it looks like it was thrown by Emma and Audrey. At least that's what everybody else thinks. But when you go there, the theme of the party is, hey, let's wear the mask. Let's wear the killer's mask, the Brandon James mask, who I don't know how everybody in the town had the mask just on hand. They're like, oh yeah, let me just get this out of my back pocket, or I don't know, the crack of my ass, and just wear this fucking mask because everybody has one. Sure, why not? But we're at this party and we're having fun and we're doing dumb shit until the girl, random girl number 19 is what I call her because I don't know her name, but random girl number 19 who did show up before when she beat the fuck out of Emma in the school room in front of everybody, which was hilarious. She was kind of bullying Emma, kind of, sort of. Well, she tells Emma that she was a part of this. She helped the person who really threw this party. It's some person that she's seeing. I'm like, okay. And then she wanders off to the basement or whatever the fuck she goes, and I'm thinking to myself, are they going to redo it? Are they going to redo the Rose McGowan scene from Scream 1 where she gets her head squished under the garage door? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's going to be cheap and lame as fuck, but it would have been a hell of a lot better than whatever the fuck they did here, where she's throwing herself at the killer, like, oh yeah, let me just get on my knees and start blowing you. I'm like, really? Okay, this bitch deserves it. So of course the killer, he doesn't even wait to get blown. No, he just takes his knife out and stabs the fuck out of her. And you would think, well, finally we get a character death. Finally we get a death scene in general. Sure, we don't give a fuck about this girl, but it's somebody dying. Yeah, I guess, but this death was so lame and so nothing. There was nothing bloody or, like, yeah, you saw blood, but there was nothing, like, really epic about the kill like Jake's death was. There was nothing special about this. He just stabbed her a couple times, stab, and then she was dead. It's like, where's the creativity? Why didn't we do something maybe similar to the garage door death? Just similar, even, just to be creative. But, okay, maybe it sounds like I'm nitpicking, but let's get to the part where after all that happens, Emma and Audrey both get text messages that says, hey, go upstairs before your guy does first. So they run up there, and what do they find? They find Piper's dead body. Piper, the killer from season 1. They find her dead body sitting in a chair, and that's it. And then the party's over, and then the cops show up, and I'm sitting there like, wait, Piper's body, how long has it been since Piper died? How long? What's the time span? Somebody remind me in the comments, because her body did not look decayed, did not look rotted, did not look like a body that has been dead for at least a couple of months. Can you give me that? It's been a couple of months, if not more than that. Okay, details. All in all, that's really the bulk of the episode. It sucked. It did. Was it the worst episode ever? No. But it was more of the same. More characters doing dumb stuff. More characters that you don't give a fuck about. I will say that I cannot believe in the preview to next week's episode, they show Noah seemingly getting stabbed and killed. I mean, why would you show that in the fucking preview? Why would you show one of your main characters, let's be honest, getting killed? My only guess is that it's either a dream, which, I mean, we've had enough fucking dreams on this show, so I can't be that, or he gets stabbed and survives. He gets stabbed and then rushed to the hospital. They only showed us that to build drama, like, holy fuck, he's gonna die, but he really doesn't die, because otherwise it's fucking stupid to show a death like that. They know, deep down they know that nothing has happened on this show. They know that none of the main characters have died, and that they're just dragging us along. So they're trying to keep you interested. They're trying to make it seem like something big is gonna happen finally by making it seem like he'll die. He won't die! I guarantee it. Anyways, guys, I'm done ranting on this piece of shit show. Let me know in the comments below if you saw the episode and how bad do you think it is. Or do you disagree with me and did you love it? That's fine. Again, it's fine. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Please won't you save my